We know Todd Monken and Jim Schwartz will get second interviews. Do you have a sense of where you think this might lead, and how serious of a candidate is Jim Schwartz to get the head coaching job, do you think?
I'm hesitant. I like Jim Schwartz, man. I mean, nobody doesn't, right? I mean, like he's done a great job with things here. Is the question is if you look at teams hiring internally, the candidates that are there when the job has come open, those results have been really rough. And I don't think that has to determine your choice here necessarily, but it is something you're paying attention to because there's always a lot of people who want to feel like keep the continuity in place, keep the continuity in place. I think Jim is a very well respected within the industry coach. I think something has happened in this disconnect between him ever becoming a head coach again. There was even a time where he couldn't get a defensive coordinator job after the Eagles let him go. There's something there. I mean, listen, the Browns have failed in a number of different ways, trying a number of different angles. I'm not going to sit here and say hiring Jim Schwartz to be the head coach is like a death sentence by any stretch of the imagination. Obviously, it will come down to like, can he hire an offense director, an offense coach, a director of that side of the ball that can really, really own that and do a great job. And I don't know how that would go, but I feel like it's like it just feels like a Spagnuolo situation where he's just really good at defense, and that's probably the best fit for him in perpetuity and to help guide a coach along the way. I just don't have a great feeling that that's going to lead to the best results long term for the Browns. Even though I understand people wanting the defense to stay the way it is, I just also believe they have enough talent on defense that I'm not really worried about switching thought process around the defense. I think that that can work itself out, but I'm not here to say I'm I'm right about this. And no, I mean, Jim has done great things. If he knows more about football than I'll ever, he's forgot more about football than I'll ever know. But like, I just don't think the results of choices like that have benefited the organization when they've gone that direction. And there's again something league wide here where Jim has the situation that happened in Detroit, goes to Philly, wins a Super Bowl in Philly, and has never really drawn serious head coaching interest again. And then just you start to raise your eyebrow, like, why has that happened? So I know the Ravens interviewed him. That's the first one he's had in a while outside of the Browns here. So we'll see. I think they are giving him a second interview because they respect him a ton, and I think that's very fair. But I don't know that I consider that to be like if it was a slam dunk, they would not waste a bunch of time here. I think that they would have like interviewed and done the necessary pieces for the Rooney Rule and other pieces like that. But it doesn't feel like that's the case. I feel like they are very interested in outside candidates.